Season 3 of the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty begins now. We've spent 2 seasons building up this program, winning 7 games in the first 2 years. But we now emerge out of the latest offseason with the most intriguing roster we've had so far. Richie Watts is the new quarterback taking over for Gunnar Gray, and anytime there's a new quarterback, you wonder how the offense looks with him. But I think Watts is ready, especially with the talent that surrounds him. With Lamar Sperling, one of our best developed players from the last offseason, I think he's in for a really big junior season. Chance Morrow is still the #1 receiver coming off a 1,000-yard season, and we know he has the ability to take over games. But we have some new talent as well, with wide receiver Braylon Staley transferring to Buffalo and adding an element of explosiveness we haven't had. Kevin Kajust has taken a huge leap from his freshman season, now in line to be the starting tight end. And a huge leap was taken by Dom Camarda, going from a 66 overall player to a 79. And then Wesley Williams, the #1 ranked player on the defensive line, 86 overall, was a little quiet last year as a pass rusher, but I'm really excited to see this defensive line as we've added some players in the portal. A huge emphasis was placed on getting this run defense stronger. Jake Jackson comes over, really good run defending defensive end. Junior Poyser showed us signs last year he can be an impact player. He returns. And in the secondary, we return 3 of our 5 starters, including both outside corners. I think we have a really intriguing team this year. We have a variety of skill sets now at receiver. It's a very deep unit, and players like Austin Harris may struggle to get on the field. At running back, Lamar Sperling and Leon Dingle will lead the way as the primary ball carriers. We don't know much about Mark Anthony Scott. Along the offensive line, I'm counting on our 2 guards to raise the level of play for our run game this year. The defensive line is very deep. I brought over 3 players in the transfer portal. Jermichael Humphreys showed some flashes last year. I think this has a chance to be a much improved unit. At linebacker, Joey McCune is a new starter and should provide a boost in run defense. The secondary, I believe, has the MAC's best cornerback duo and should be able to make a lot of plays this year. It's Season 3. I know we haven't had much success, but this current team is the culmination of the first 2 years of growth. We have 28 seniors. Many of them have a lot of playing experience and are now looking to give us the best version of the Buffalo Bulls we've seen to this point. And Adam Kane as a head coach continues to develop, and I'm focused a lot on the tactician upgrades, improving the play of the offensive line, which in turn helps out the quarterback. That's been our point of emphasis. We go to Tier 4 for the blocking. And our season's going to open today against the Kennesaw State Owls. They have not been an FBS team for very long. The strength of this team has to be their defense. Most of their top-rated players are on that side of the football. Their quarterback is a 1-star high school recruit in Antoine Clemens, who did have a really good freshman year and now will be in his 2nd year starting for Kennesaw State. The Owls' offense doesn't have a lot of standout skill position players, and to me it feels like a game where on paper our defense should match up well and be able to show how much they've grown. And then we just got to pick our spots carefully when we're on offense. They do have some standout secondary players, Devin Ross being one of them, but we all want to see the Bulls take a step this year, and we are under the lights here in Week 1. I don't believe we've ever had a primetime game here at home. And it's Buffalo's chance to show that Year 3 can be a different experience. We're 7-17 so far in the Dynasty, and we're about to find out what this new season's going to offer. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's begin another year of Buffalo Bulls Dynasty, and we're underway. It's the Tennessee transfer Braylon Staley starting us off, and he returns across the 20 to the 21. And here is Richie Watts, the senior quarterback, making his debut. Third season, third starting quarterback on week 1. And he's going to start 1st and 10 to give Lamar Sperling. Good start. An explosive run to begin. It's a 13-yard pickup. I want to see the big plays return this year for Sperling. They had kind of disappeared in Season 2. Another carry to the right side. Sperling, a gain of 5. With Richie Watts, you got a quarterback whose arm compares pretty well to Gunnar Gray from a year ago. He's a pocket passer who faces pressure on his first drop back and is sacked. That brings up the season's first third down. Owls blitz, and Watts throws as he's hit incomplete. And that'll bring on the punt team. That's Mello Dodge punting, hasn't kicked since year 1. Travis Kesey, who punted last year, will not play tonight after being late to practice this week. And the Owls will open in the pistol. They go with an offset look, and Clemens with a shot downfield has it broken up by Oscar Bridges. Tried to go deep to Dobson there on the first throw. 2nd and 10. Nearly intercepted. It's broken up by Deion Crawford, who's been starting for a couple seasons. 3rd and 10 for the Owls, and the dump off is going to be stopped well shy of the first down. 3 and out for Kennesaw State. A 3-3-5 look as the run to Sperling again has some room. We just couldn't get that run game established the way we wanted to last year, forcing us to be more pass heavy. Good sign so far. On the screen now, that is Chance Morrow on the outside. We're going to change his role a bit this year, as I'd like to see Staley and his explosiveness in the slot. First down, more orbit motion, and the Owls not fooled. And it's a big loss for Sperling. Blitz coming from the Owls, and the pass is hauled in. Watts' first connection goes to Nick McMillan, another senior who's been here since day 1. 3rd and 9, well protected, too tall, intended for Chance Morrow. And the offense is having some trouble getting fully established here in the first quarter. Owls will try again with Clemens faking, under pressure, and wrapped up for the sack by Wesley Williams. I've got really high expectations for him this year. Long 3rd down, nice escape on the play. It's DJ Scott still shy of the sticks. And good starting field position for Buffalo. 3 receivers, fake the pitch, and dumped off Kevin Kajust. Now the full starting tight end, gaining 6. He's developed a ton as a blocker. He's an all-around tight end now as he can't keep his feet in bounds, setting up 3rd down. From the Owl 43, Sperling, it's clogged, and he doesn't go far, maybe lost one. And we're going to see Buffalo leave the offense on the field. First big call of the year, 4th and 4, and Watts is hit again. It's incomplete. Coverage was good. And the Owls now get good field position at their own 43. A handoff to Quay Ashley, and that run is stuffed. Red Murdoch making the big hit. Keeping and wrapped up. Murdoch there along with safety Savion Brown. Again facing 3rd down with pressure on Clemens. He's sacked again. Wesley Williams. He already has more sacks this year than he did a year ago. Buffalo ball cutting outside, and still sprinting through is Leon Dingle. He really does have an extra gear there, and despite changing directions, they couldn't catch him. Pass cut now. That is Chance Morrow coming across the middle. Richie Watts 4 of 8 passing. As they spread the defense downhill, they stuff Sperling again for a loss. And that is how the first quarter comes to an end. Both defenses have had good standout moments. 3rd and 12, they're dialing up pressure. Watts is incomplete for Kajust. He tried to extend, and the ball was a little bit behind where it needed to be. The defenses have been in control as Dodge punts this one away. It will bounce and head out at the 5-yard line. That's a beautiful kick. Owls pinned deep. They'll run off tackle and plenty of space across the 20. A big run for Quay Ashley. He gains 26. Got to protect the edge much better than that. Single high. Clemens over the middle. And the catch made for a gain of 7. We're seeing them stack the box. They bring down the safety. And the tackle made again. Red Murdoch looking really good in the first half. On third down, another run that is stuffed. This time by Dion Crawford. And their run defense has had some really good moments. Still scoreless in sweeping Sperling. He'll gain 5 on first down. But a big issue so far has been avoiding those negative plays. Second down, and another one stuffed. If you want to be a run-oriented offense, you have to avoid negative plays. 3rd and 9 for Richie Watts. 3-man rush. He throws, and it's knocked down. Intended for Braylon Staley. Kennesaw State's secondary has been tough as expected. And now keeping. He's got the angle. Clemens in the secondary. You knew we'd see him pull it at one of these points. It's a 24-yard run. Now inside and right up the middle into the second level. Nice run for Ashley. Owls in scoring position. They'll go back to the air. And Clemens is intercepted. It's picked off by Oliver Bridges, who had 4 interceptions early last season, was quieter down the stretch. But look at this play. He breaks downhill, has to get around Ramari Taylor, and still gets to the spot. And we remain scoreless. Richie Watts dumps, and they're all over that play designed for Kevin Kajust. You can kind of tell it's week 1 still with this offense. It's second down, and Watts well in front of Staley, who had running room. Brings up 3rd and 12. Pressure off the edge. Down goes Richie Watts. And these defenses keep going back and forth. We've barely crossed 100 yards of offense combined. And the punt goes to about midfield. Good tackle on the play. But now Kennesaw State has another drive inside of Buffalo territory. Running left, and there's room inside the 40. And finally met at the 25-yard line. We are still seeing some big runs out of Kennesaw State. Very boomer bust like it was last year. Now it's loose, recovered, and trying to get back to the line. Loss of 2 on a play that was nearly a turnover. 3rd down for Kennesaw State, and Williams, he's back for more! 3rd sack of the half. What a leap he looks to be taking as a senior. 1.5 sacks a year ago. He's doubled it in 1 half a play. We play him on the edge. We play him inside. That play was made from the inside. Now a 52-yard field goal, and at last we have some points here in this game. Buried that kick. But Buffalo's offense really hasn't done much to this point. 3 minutes until halftime. And on the return, there's some room here. This is Sean Prochet, the true freshman. He's down the sideline. He will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The special teams boost comes at the right time. He was one of the wide receivers we picked up in recruiting last year. He has some kick return skill, and he might not be redshirted this season if he can give us a special teams boost. 7-3 Buffalo as Crawford lays out to knock down that throw. He and Murdoch have played really well so far. 3rd and 7. It's at the feet of the receiver and incomplete. Looked to be open, but Kennesaw State's going to give it back as Staley, he's back to return the punts. He has some room and some blocking near side to the 45 and taken down in Owl territory. Special teams helping out Buffalo's offense now. It's a short field. Swung out. Sperling gets a block on the edge. And that is a good pickup on first down. At the Owl 34-yard line. Dumped right. Sperling up the sideline. Out of bounds at the 18. 25 quick yards, taking the stress off of Watts as Dingle showing off the speed again inside the 10. He does look really quick out there. 2nd and inches. It's a screen again, but it's covered perfectly. Wanted Kevin Kajust, and that lost 3 critical yards. 3rd down, Watts over the middle. Incomplete for Kajust. Had it in his hands for a moment. There's still going to be some growing pains, I imagine, here with this team. Offense off to a slow start. Oh, he missed it! Not even close as the ball disappears into the night. And it's still 7-3. Kennesaw State's got a minute now. Clemens, deep shot, knocked down. Savion Brown. 52 on the clock. On 3rd down, pressure on Clemens. He's wrapped up. Shamar Riser Presley. And the defense remaining dominant for Buffalo. 40 seconds to go. Here's Watts. Wide open. Braylon Staley. That's our best connection of the first half. 27 seconds to go. Protection holding up. Too far again for Watts. He's missed a couple open looks. A lot to clean up here in the first half. Brings up 3rd and 10. Good protection. Up top, Morrow can't pull it down. Now, do you even think about trying a 54-yard field goal here? Buffalo has the punt team out. 18 seconds left, and now perhaps reconsidering. It is risky if you miss this. Reed, tunnel leg, got it this time. 54 and good. Just had to shake off the rust a little bit. And it's a 10-3 first half. That wasn't the offensive experience anybody wanted to see. 3.3 yards a play for Buffalo, 2.8 for Kennesaw State. The defenses are well ahead of the offenses. Neither pass game has been able to show any consistency to this point, and we'll see if Buffalo's able to make some corrections, as they had good moments, but they were very sporadic in the first half. The Owls are going to open in the pistol and run up the guts. Stuffed by Poyser. I really like him. He's one of my favorite players on this defense. 3rd and 6. Clemens has time, dumps it, and the momentum of the tight end carries him out of bounds. So a quick drive for the Owls. Buffalo will run it with Sperling, and he's wrapped up for yet another loss. Back to the air on 2nd down, going short and picking up a block and fighting for the first down is Kevin Kajust. That was an impressive catch and run. Inside, trying to work it out and finishing tough is Sperling. He gains 5. 2nd down, downhill, and that is a first down run. Just got to avoid getting hit in the backfield is all. Here's motion now. They flip it to Staley. Has some room. Staley first down. Already getting involved in the offense. I'm really intrigued with his speed and playmaking ability. Now they run with Dingle. Good block by Matthew Glenn. And that was one of their best blocked runs of the game. Buffalo driving into the red zone. And time to throw. Staley again. Down to the 1. Braylon Staley already looking like a difference maker. And now they're going to go under center. It's Dingle. It's a Buffalo touchdown. Great drive for Buffalo, mixing the run game together with simple touches for the playmakers. 17-3 Bulls. Kennesaw State's got to show they can keep up. Play fake Clemens. Downfield shot, and it is intercepted! And that's the transfer, C.J. Turner. That was just a 50-50 ball, and he showed great ball skills there at the sideline. Played that like a wide receiver. And Buffalo comes out, and they put Eric Pacheco in the pistol. The sophomore hands, and Dingle's got the edge. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Pacheco had his moments a year ago. He's a package player. Rolls right. He's a lefty, remember, and dumps it to Jack Nickel for a short gain. But Pacheco, I think, is far improved this year. We could see more of him. And using him in the pistol allows us to just differentiate our run game more. 3rd and 3. They forgot about Cajuste inside the 20. First down, Buffalo. And 5 grabs to the young tight end. Richie Watts returns, and he throws over the middle. Staley first down. He drew in the linebackers with that RPO. Now Pacheco returns. They go back and forth, and Sperling is in. Touchdown, Bulls. I think they reevaluated some things at the half and come out a much stronger team here in the 3rd. Running the ball needs to be an identity of this team, and this is how you establish that. 24-3 late 3rd. Clemens, he's in trouble. Never had a chance. 5 sacks for the defense. They had 16 last year, remember. Wesley Williams has 4. They're still blitzing on 3rd and 25. And it's a short gain. And Kennesaw State's already having to go for it at their own 29. Clemens up the seam, and it's tipped and dropped. Incomplete. Covered by C.J. Turner. Pacheco's in the game. First down, Buffalo as they take over. And on the sweep again, Dingle to the 20. And they've been able to run these little sweeps with Leon Dingle very consistently. They go with it again. Dingle to the 10, looking for the end zone, and stopped just short. From the 1 under center, Sperling, touchdown, Buffalo! Lamar Sperling has matched his Season 2 rushing touchdown total. And Buffalo is rolling right now, 31-3. We have never seen them play like this. I believe our most dominant win would be the Northern Illinois game in Season 1. But we have never had a lead this large in any game. This is uncharted territory. As Kennesaw State looks to put together a couple respectable drives here at the end. Not looking good for them, but working underneath against the soft zone, they're getting down the field. Clemens just hasn't been very comfortable throughout the game. There's been a lot of pressure. Coverage has been pretty good as well. And now 2nd and 3 from the 23, and he throws it late! Intercepted, Charles McCarthrins! And he's going to take it up the numbers and all the way! Pick 6! McCarthrins was a playmaker back in Season 1. In Year 2, he had no interceptions. What a start to the year for so many of these players. It's 38-3. We should see a number of backups enter as Wesley Williams. A 5-sack performance. We've kicked him inside and the guards cannot handle him. 3rd and 6. Pressure by Williams, and now escaping the pocket and getting the first is Antoine Clemens. 3 minutes to go in the game. A lot of new faces on defense now for Buffalo. And Clemens looking downfield, has a receiver, and it's knocked down. Mateo Buffelli on the coverage. 3rd and 9, flag down, that is hauled in. And looks to be Jermichael Humphreys getting there a little bit late. He played last season, the last couple games, and showed he can get after the quarterback, and did so there a little after the whistle. 1st and 10 now for Clemens. Guess who's back? Jermichael Humphreys. He's going to help him up now. I don't think Clemens wants his help, and Humphreys is going to let him hear about it. 3rd and 9. Clemens hit again and sacked by Humphreys. This guy is so dynamic. He put the left tackle on the ground. And now Kennesaw State to cut it to a 32-point game. The field goal is good. We're getting some extra reps here for Eric Pacheco late. And here's a senior running back in Mark Anthony Scott. He'll probably get a handful of carries this year, as a third running back typically will. Rolling is Pacheco. He wants Quentin Pollard, who drops his first opportunity. Kennesaw State's got another chance here to try to get a touchdown. And that's a good throw from Clemens. Had to rip that one between the zones and does. Time running out though, 10 seconds left. The catch is made and down near the 3. Maybe time for one more play. Kennesaw State as the clock hits 0. Denied. Incomplete, and Buffalo holds Kennesaw State to only 6. No touchdowns and a dominant 38-6 win under the lights. Welcome into Season 3, everybody. It was a very slow start, but I think very much worth the wait once we got going. There's a lot of experience now on this team. We lost, but we didn't lose for nothing. We built a team that I think has a chance to raise the bar this season for Buffalo football, and I really hope this is a sign of things to come. Kennesaw State is by far the weakest opponent on our schedule, but think about the first game of the series and how we played a one-score game against an FCS team. We've come a long way from then. The pass game was still pretty ugly today. There were some missed throws, some drops in traffic, and the running game showed some really good signs, but there were far too many negative plays. So I've got to improve the run game play calling. There was a formation or two where it didn't have any audibles. Like usually there's at least a couple quick options, but if I don't manually set audibles in new formations, then we just get nothing, and there were some bad looks. A run-heavy offense needs to make more checks at the line and get us into the right looks. So I'll correct the audible situation there, and we'll hopefully improve upon that in our next game. But what a way to get it started. The defense was pretty ferocious getting after the quarterback. Wesley Williams, 6 TFLs, 5 sacks, especially playing from the interior. That guy can wreck a game, and you're going to see that a lot more often when teams don't have good guards. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about our recruiting plan for this year. I am focused mainly right now on the offensive line. You'll notice a couple 4-stars on the board. John Burns has us as his top school right now, so that's a really good feeling. We never had a 4-star recruit the first 2 years in the series. Joel Treggs is one of my top players because of his athleticism that could really be a game changer along the offensive line. 3 of our offensive line starters this year are seniors, and I'm trying my best to build up depth. I'd like for the offensive line to be a big strength as we try to build up this program. I think that's going to be a necessity. We are a 1-star school again, so we do have 50 extra hours a week to play with. You'll notice here, Kevin Babineau, he is a quarterback prospect. I'm excited about Ray Elway, who we got last year and is going to be redshirted this season. But I want to make sure he has good competition. Kevin Babineau would be that kind of competition. Soma Ojinaka is a running back I'd like to bring in, and that's going to be a position I focus on kind of in wave 2 of recruiting. We don't have a lot of running backs on the roster, and we have 1 or 2 seniors, so some depth there is needed. But the top priority right now is to build up the offensive line. Maybe get a linebacker and a running back, and we'll see how quickly this is able to develop. Our first visit is going to be Joel Treggs coming in week 4 for the Temple game. He's already in his top 5 stage. And we'll see if we can stay on top in the battle for 4-star John Burns. Next week, we take on UTSA. I'd like a more complete game out of the offense, and I want to see if this defense can keep up this intensity against what I expect to be a better offense. They have a more experienced quarterback, Owen McCown, 83 overall, very good accuracy, and a senior captain for this team. Now, I am taking a look at some sliders right now, as I haven't adjusted things since the most recent update. The coverage in today's game did seem pretty tight, and this set has always had coverage a little bit higher, but I'm not making any changes yet until I can see it a little bit more, and then we'll go from there. But the sliders just haven't changed from last year, and hopefully don't have to change too significantly. But that is going to do it for the opening game of Year 3, everybody. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. What players are you excited to see the rest of the way? And how does this game make you feel about our chances at competing in Season 3? Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Buffalo coming back later this week. Have a great day.